Hello lovely people, and sorry it's been so long. I thought I'd better make a video because quite a few people have very kindly inquired as to how things are going now. So I've just got back from doing the food shop. The oven is on, candles are lit, I'm having a beer and it was warm so I've put it in a glass with ice cubes, and yeah, I thought, right, sit down and catch up. Now, Christmas was a really testing time for me, which it is every year, and it's not because I am a social butterfly, it's not because I entertain lots of people or do lots of cooking or do lots of anything. I think I've built up this mental dislike and dread for that time of year because I've always enjoyed in the past Christmas being with my family at my parents' house, and it would be, you know, me, my brother, my sisters, partners, children, and it was great for many years. And my parents are getting older now, and my mum said quite a few years back, you know, there's too many of us, you know, let's just catch up in a nice, you know, hotel or restaurant and have a meal, which we did, and I enjoyed, but it's, you know, it's not the same. You can't relax, you know, it's not like being on a sofa and just chilling and kicking back and opening gifts. So, you know, it's, you're in a completely different setting, you're on a time slot, and you sat at the big long table, so there's lots of people that you can't actually speak to, or, you know, it's not the same. And I think also I look at what everyone's doing on social media, and I know I shouldn't compare. None of us should compare our lives to others because we're all individuals and we're all very different. And we have to remember that the pictures we see on social media are of what that person has decided to share. Now, people only generally take pictures during the good times. They're having a bad day, they don't take a picture of themselves having a bad day. If something awful or terrible happens, they don't take a picture of that and put it on social media. So we're given a very small window of that person's life. But I think we all tend to look and think, oh, that person's, you know, they've gone on holiday and they've done that. Wow, look what they've done. Or they've climbed a mountain, or they've done a bungee jump and, you know, raised this much for charity. And you see all sorts. You see absolutely all sorts. But like I say, you see all the, what do they call it, the highlight reel. But I think especially at Christmas, when I see people doing lots of lovely things, and there's me, I mean, what did I do? Very little. Very little. You know, my anxiety is always higher because I think there's an expectation that time of year should be really special and perfect, and nothing's perfect. Nothing in life is perfect. So anyway, I made it through Christmas, and I tried to just go with the flow and make it the best that I could for my two children. And unfortunately, on actual Christmas Day, it was their turn to be with their dad. So, you know, it was just me and my partner. He cooked, so, you know, I didn't even have that to worry about, which I am grateful for. But I miss the busyness and, you know, the hectic Christmases from the past with all of us together. And, you know, they're all off doing their own things now, and a lot of my brother and my sister's children, they're grown up, you know, so they might be going to their in-laws or whatever, and it's just not the same as it used to be. And you know, that brings me to, you know, getting older and realizing what's important. Now, also just before Christmas, there was a death of someone not related to me, but I mean, I don't want to go into too much detail. Basically, she would have been my ex-mother-in-law, and it was completely out of the blue and unexpected, and just what a horrible time of year for, you know, for it to happen for her immediate family. And it got me thinking of just, you know, what the future holds. You know, I've never really experienced, never really had a death happen close to me, luckily, touch wood. I've never had a close family member die, and I've only been to, I think, well, that one included, I've only been to 3 funerals in my life, which I'm thankful for. So yeah, that got the cogs turning and made me try and think about what's important in life, and it made me realise how important it is to be kind and good and thoughtful, because this lady, there was a period where she was obviously in my life a lot, but since I split from my ex, you know, I didn't see a great deal of her at all. But I just have fond memories of what a lovely person she was. And you know, you hear songs come on the radio, and it makes you, it brings back memories and things. And so yeah, that happened just before Christmas. Now, during that period as well, I think I've kind of skimmed over this, I have tried to juggle my medication as best I can. You know, I reduced my pregabalin to where I was just taking 75 milligrams in the morning, 75 milligrams in the evening. Now, because I don't go out a great deal, I think I could sense that my avoidance behaviour was creeping back in. I would have the excuse, oh, it's raining, it's cold, I've got nothing really important to go out for. You know, I skipped missing the dogs. You know, but what I've noticed is that has now become a bit of a habit, and I'm not intentionally avoiding people, but I'm not making any plans, and I'm not, I suppose I am a little bit scared to make plans with people, because I don't want to let people down. I want to see people, and I want to, you know, see friends, catch up, see how they're doing. But for example, I'm never one to text first, or very, very rarely will I be the person to text first. And so in my mixed up head, you know how things always run away with us, I just think, oh, well, that person's not interested in me. You know, I haven't heard from them, and they're probably busy, and they're doing this and they're doing that. And then I can get on a bit of a downer and start to think, you know, oh, I haven't heard from anyone. You know, I'm not important. No one cares about me. You know, I've been really up and down. And I did see a slight improvement once Christmas and New Year was done. I didn't enjoy New Year's Eve. It was a non-event for me. We were at home, just, yeah, that was... but I did, once it was all that excitement and shops being closed and people getting back to routine, I felt a bit better, and it made me focus, or I tried to focus on things that I needed to address and get done. You know, in the house, I got a few bits of painting done, and, you know, sorting out sealant around the window and mold issues and various things. But I keep busying myself at home, finding reasons to be at home, and I know I need to go out more. Now, one thing I have done is be kinder to myself, more compassionate to myself, and it takes the pressure off, because if we've constantly got that internal critic saying, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, you know, you're getting worse, you're avoiding, and, you know, that constant monologue will just bring you down and make you worse. So I've been trying to change my perspective, because something I've sort of I haven't mentioned is how difficult I am finding it to sleep. I can't, my body clock has just gone haywire. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, I'm completely out of sync, and there's been weeks since I last spoken to you where I'm literally not getting to sleep until 5 or 6 in the morning, and then of course it's difficult to get up. You're not sure what time to get up. You've got the Christmas excuse, you know, people are laying in, you know, kids haven't got college, or you know, they're off work or whatever, and I got into really bad habits. And what I was in the past, I had a very low dose of quetiapine, 25 milligrams of quetiapine nightly, which I would take, but that was removed on the advice of the psychiatrist, who said, oh, it's such a low dose, it's probably not doing anything. Well, that was when all my insomnia issues started. Now they're loathed to give me it back, and I would like to be on less medication, but what it has made me do is try a number of different things, from not going on my phone late at night. That didn't work. Listening to, you know, water sounds and rain and all things like that. Yeah, that was lovely. But after an hour, you're kind of thinking, I'm sure this is on a loop and I've heard it all before, and I'm still wide awake, and your mind's ticking and thinking. And I tried chamomile tea. I tried, what's it called? Melatonin? Yeah. My partner is Italian, he calls it melatonina. I think it's melatonin. Tried that a few times, didn't do anything. I've tried Nitol, didn't make any difference. I was given something, I spoke to my psychiatrist, and they said, well, try this, we'll give you a week's worth of this to try. I can't remember the name of it, but it's basically, I just said, okay, I'm willing to try anything. And it turned out it was like a seasickness, or an antihistamine. It was an antihistamine tablet that could be used for nausea and something else, travel sickness. But yeah, anyway, I took it for a week, and it possibly made me, once I'd got to sleep, it didn't help me get to sleep, but I would say it possibly helped me stay asleep. But I think the biggest change I've made in recent weeks is I'm setting an alarm in the morning, so that no matter what time I have fallen asleep, I get up at that fixed time. And so that I don't end up, you know, getting up, feeling awful, going back to bed, then getting up in the afternoon and then thinking, oh God, you know, I'm getting up at the same time, no matter how many hours sleep I've had. And what I've tried to stop myself from doing, and I'm hoping this will be a helpful hint for you guys if you struggle with this, is changing my mindset and my perception of things. For example, I know that what I was doing previously was waking up, checking Fitbit, seeing how many hours sleep I hadn't had, you know, and then thinking, oh God, I'm going to feel awful today. I'm not going to get anything done. It's going to be a shit day, you know, and just all doom and gloom, and focusing on the fact that I'd had so little sleep. What I'm trying to do now is tell myself, not checking how many hours sleep I've had, but just sort of, you can't help but kind of calculate it a bit, but telling myself, okay, that's done, and just move on. You know, today could still be a good day. I could, you know, see how you feel and tackle this or tackle that. I'm still kind of staying homebound. I do go out. I have been to a few appointments and things. You know, I went to the funeral, and I do have the lorazepam prescription has been reinstated. I don't know if you remember, a couple of months back, you know, it was decided I should stop taking it. It really, really affected my quality of life. So that's been reinstated, and I do use that when I am going to go and do things that are out of my realm. So yeah, I would say I'm juggling life. Things aren't amazing, things aren't terrible, but the good news is that I am worrying less about what others are doing, worrying less about what others are thinking of me, focusing less on what I feel I should be doing and what I'm not doing, and just trying to be as productive as I can. That's one thing I try to do daily. No matter what it is, I try and be productive. Whether it's housework, cleaning, washing, filing, getting phone calls done, I'm trying to just be a productive person. And exercising. Saying that, I haven't done it today. I'm doing my best to go on the treadmill every day so that I'm getting, a set amount of exercise and getting the old heart going, cardiovascular, what have you. I probably should be doing more. I feel like I should be doing more. I might do some aerobic or introduce some weights or something, all at home, because my gym membership has run out now. So yeah, that's where we're at. I don't know if you're going to find it interesting. I feel like I rambled a bit, but yeah, I suppose the oven is now heated up. I need to put dinner on, and if you want to ask me any questions, I'm happy to answer, and we'll catch up soon.